I think he turned it off.
I wanted to ask you because it seems that the militias in eastern Aleppo are disallowing aid from coming in. They're disallowing people from going out and so on. These are the claims. I wonder if you have anything to clarify what is going on.
Actually, I don't, Saeed. I've seen some reporting on that as well. If it's true, it's obviously of deep concern to us. I mean, one of the reasons why this humanitarian pause was put in place, and that's what it's being referred to, temporary, as we talked about yesterday, was to allow for that exact thing to happen, for aid to get in. And so reports that we've seen that aid is being obstructed obviously is of deep concern. But I can't confirm, that that's happening exactly where or who might be holding it up.
Because also reports say that the Syrian army pulled away from the Castello Road to allow for aid to go in, but for some reason it's not going on. It's not going in. People are not taking advantage to leave through the the openings that the Syrian government offered and so on. Are you in touch with the Russians on these issues?
Well, as I think the Secretary mentioned yesterday, he did have a conversation with Foreign Minister Lavrov yesterday. They did talk about the situation in Aleppo in general. But if you're asking me, are we in touch with the Russians specifically about these reports of aid convoys being obstructed, I'm not aware of any specific discussions about that today. It is something that we have been in touch with our other partners in the region on, in terms of allowing that aid to get through. So again, I can't confirm that it's not happening. Obviously, it's of concern if it's true, and you can expect that we'll continue to have the kinds of conversations we need to have with our partners to make sure that that it isn't opposition groups who might be holding that up.
And my last question is regarding the extension of the ceasefire till Monday. The Russians said that they will, extend it till Monday or through Monday. But on the other hand, if no aid is going in, what would be? I mean, of course, the cessation of bombardments and so on, give a breather to the people. But it is not, it is not meeting the requirements in terms of medical aid, food, and so on.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's you have to have both. I mean, you're not going to get humanitarian aid if the bombing is continuing, right? So they're connected. So we want both. And like I said at the beginning of the week, we welcome the humanitarian pause that was announced. Thus far, it does seem to be holding. We aren't seeing the aid in general the way we'd want to see. I can't confirm, again, the specific reports you cited, but obviously we want to see more aid getting in. And I've also seen the reports of this extension, which of course we welcome. If in fact it can lead to the delivery of much needed food, water, and medicine to the people of Aleppo. So we're going to be watching this very, very closely. I can't rule out that the Secretary wouldn't have additional conversations heading into the weekend on this. We'll have to see where it goes. At the same time, and separately, the multilateral discussions in Geneva continue to try to get to something that's more enduring, more sustainable, even beyond Aleppo, so that we can take the steps necessary to get the political talks back on track. So just to clarify, what we're talking about here is a very temporary, discrete humanitarian pause in Aleppo to allow for aid to get in, and that is important. And as I said, we welcome reports that the pause has largely held and may be extended. It has to be married up with humanitarian assistance getting in, but even that isn't enough, and it's not what we're focused on in Geneva, which is getting something much more sustainable.
Geneva.